Hey everyone, two big things have happened that change everything for us right now. One is this: we have figured out how to spin content that scores and like instead of a C minus, which spin content usually scores like a 72 to 77. And then if you put a copywriter on it, usually you can push it up like we have with our Moji's UAP run. Pushed it up to like 82 to 88, the score. It's kind of like a B, right? Not enough for the front page, but enough to use as tier 2 content. It does tend to attract traffic that does come. So we have recently figured out how to make tier 1 content, variable tier 1 content with dense variables, and it's affordable. This is cool. It means that you write a topic once and you've written it forever, like for hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of sites and affiliates and fans and referrers. Never need tier 2 content again once that content piece is written. And it can be 4,500 words long on the page. I can show you 2 pages and ask you, which did the human write, which did the bot write? And you can't tell. And neither can Google. And that can go on for millions of web pages. In other words, no limits. Okay? That's huge. So the act of going through creating it means it can be used once, twice, 3 times, 30 times, 3,000 times, 300,000 times. Just generate the variations at the press of a button, 300,000. And that outfits 300,000 affiliate links or something. All unique content. That's amazing. So all you guys should get replicated links from MLM programs. What if the MLM program owner converted their website to T to H and then got the content written through our system and hit the button, and now every page they create for all their affiliates are real web pages? That's one thing. It's huge. One more thing that's huge. We went through the laws in the US and put together scripts to allow us to capture the information for people who visit your website. And that means we capture people from the US, not Canada. They have different contacting laws for reaching out to them. Same with Great Britain. There are certain hoops you have to leap through. In the US, the hoops are simple. If somebody happens to come to your website, they have an IP address, they came to a certain landing page on your site that you're tracking, you got your code on it, and they landed at a certain time, a date timestamp. So if you see this IP address, that date timestamp landed on this page, this URL, that becomes a legal record. So then it is possible to reverse look up who owns that IP address or who's at that IP address and check multiple sources to ensure consistency across many of them and use the most obviously consistent record if it's at least like 7 of those sources. So like White Pages, Spokio, and so on. Long as you go through a high degree of confidence procedure, then your leads are legal. So you now have the right to send them contact information, or you have the right to do market research with those leads, like create Facebook lookalike audiences. I used to think only the big companies do that. Because who does that? You've seen this before and you just may not know it. Ever land on a website and they say, hey, you know, we put browser cookies in your browser, click here to accept it. And you don't necessarily click it, but you can still navigate the site. Doesn't seem to affect your ability to move around on the site most of the time. But it looks formal. You know what? The company got all your information anyway. They don't care if you accept it or not. If you're in the US, you don't need to accept it. Legally, the company does not need you to accept that at all. The fact that you came to the website means they have the right to figure out who you are if they can and react to you a certain way. So why do they have it there? Because it looks formal. Because then you feel like you should click the button to say okay. And when you do, 2 things they know. 1, you said okay. Now that makes you a warmer lead, doesn't it? And second, they know you're a human, not a bot, because bots wouldn't click that. They have no reason to click it. So now the information they're grabbing, they're pretty much sure that you're a human. And you've shown some interest. You didn't say, no, I don't accept it, because then they'll put you in a different pile, right? So are they going to reach out to you right away? They might. They could make it look coincidental. Ever look for an RV? And then you start getting mails talking about great season to buy RVs, great time to buy RVs. Here's some of the best recommended RV dealers near you. Interesting, isn't that? So leads are being sold or they're being used. People are thinking through the marketing approach. Or you go to Facebook after visiting a couple websites, you just start seeing ads for RVs. You know, that could be RVs, it could be jewelry, it could be anything, right? And that kind of happens, and you're like, wow, what a coincidence. And the answer is it's not a coincidence. They're trying to work with you based on where your mindset is right now. That's not spam. Not at all. It's not even unsolicited. It's called single opt-in. If you visit a website and they can look up your public information and they see it's you, high degree of confidence is all they need. They don't have to be perfect. But considering that happened, that is called single opt-in. They can now contact you legally. They could do it through their own autoresponder or like a partner site that's legal as well. There are 3 or 4 things that they need in the mail in a case like that. 1, subject line's got to be relevant, which is fine because you're trying to talk about what they're interested in right now. And then underneath the pitch, if that's your idea, if that's the way you're going to go about it, and we're assuming you're contacting them within a couple of minutes of their visit to your website or within 15 minutes of their visit to your website, maybe with a coupon code, 10% off your purchase, depending on how you want to set that up. So now what? After that, you got to have some kind of a business address down there at the bottom of the mail and an unsubscribe link. Some way to unsubscribe, even if it's just, reply and put remove in the subject line. As long as it's simple, that's legal. Okay? U.S. laws is if somebody can reverse engineer your IP address and be sure that, to a high degree of confidence who they're contacting and they keep that record, then they have the right to contact you until either you're buying something or joining something or unsubscribing. Okay? Now that means you could contact them more than once or just once or whatever, or not at all. Maybe you're going to just use the information to create lookalike audiences in Facebook, which will make your Facebook ads way cheaper. Okay? These are things I'm going to cover in a playlist. All right? So there's a lot happening here because now think about the combinations. What if we create a bunch of super affiliate websites that are so good, they're like unique websites, and that's to backlink not just you, but all your affiliates on the main website if that's how you wanted to run it. And we're actually capturing all the data from all these guys. We can send them to their own autoresponders or pool them into a single autoresponder that's run by house. Depends on the setup. And you can decide what you're doing with those leads. Real estate agents say, man, you give me information for people who hit my site. We're going to try to call them, see if they're looking into real estate options, buying a house or selling a house. Whatever they saw that guy was doing on their site, the landing page URL and so on. Okay? So, doesn't matter how leads come to the site. We can convert about 30% of them. Doesn't matter if it's on your website or all the super affiliate websites or both. We can convert probably 30% of them. And that means instead of 100 people coming to your site and you hear from 2 or 3 of them, 100 people come to your site, you hear from 2 or 3 of them, but you can also reach back out to 30 of them. That's 10 times the leads that you're tapping. So you can bring a lot of them back around because they didn't leave mad. They're just not committed. It's very much like if you walk around a used car lot or a new car lot and you're kind of thinking, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. But if somebody doesn't come talk to you, you're like, I don't know about these cars. I'm not going to up and buy that one. I don't know anything about it yet. And so you might walk off and go to another lot if nobody approaches you, right? Very similar concept with websites. People kind of window shop and they're not really sure what they're looking for. So the name of the game is reach out and contact them, right? Complaint rates are fewer than 1 in 1,000. Okay, big companies like Uber do this. Very big companies do it all the time. I didn't know that we were allowed to do it until I started reading into it and discovering, of course we are. And there are companies that do. Return rates when you tag people like that is about 25%. So like a quarter of the people you reach out to tend to come back to your site that first day. Okay, which means that you can double to triple to quadruple your sales day by day. Okay, because reaching out and tagging them is a lot of what helps them decide that they want to join. My wife had it the other morning. She said she went to a website, she was looking at something and she left. Pretty soon the phone rang. Someone said, hey, we heard you're looking for such and such. They were kind of playing up on it in a fun way. She's like, yeah, actually, I've got some questions. They're like, oh, that's awesome. We've got some answers. What can we do? And you know what? She said two things hit her. One, that's what I'm doing now. And the second, it was pleasant. It was pleasant because it happened at the time she was looking. Okay? That reminds me of this. If you've ever gone to a website and said, I'm looking for a car, new car, used car, and you say, here's my budget, like up to this amount, this many miles max is what I'm interested in. You know, I don't care if it's vinyl or leather interior, you know, kind of an SUV sort of thing. And so you put some basic information to a form and you submit it. What happens? That information is sent to all the car dealerships in your area, so you don't have to drive to all of them and try to say no to all the sales guys looking for whatever it is. If they're trying to sell you something totally different like a Subaru and you're like, that's not what I meant by SUV. Maybe it's not. And so what happens then? 2 or 3 guys call you. All nice. Hey, we've got a car just like that on our lot. You're going to love it. You want to come take a look, but it's within your range. It's in your mileage. It's this kind of a car. This is the year. This is what it's like. It's really nice. This is the color. And you might be like, you know, I'm going to go drive and take a look. So you might get a couple of calls like that and you might check them both out. Make a decision. You're probably going to buy one of them. What happens if somebody calls you the next day? Are you mad at them? No, you feel sorry for them. You're like, sorry, I bought a car yesterday. You missed the boat. You should tell your guys, hey, be a little quicker on the returns with the information. I was a hot lead yesterday. But what if they call you like a couple of days after that? Now you're actually irritated at them. Hey, no, man, I bought the car eons ago, like Monday. How are you calling me now on a Thursday? No, you need to tell your team that they're screwing up. So you see how different that is? When reaching out to someone when they're looking, that's good. They're in the mood. You're giving them information about what they're looking for. Perfect. So what happens if we combine that? What happens if all the backlinking work we do for you is on websites as good as yours? You've got 10, 50, 100, 1,000 instances that you're building up that are as good as yours. Every one of them deserves to be on the front page. And the traffic that they get, because they will, we're capturing and responding, remarketing to like 30% of all those guys coming through all those sites. You see the value of that? That's what we're doing with our packages now. So when you come down, the focus that we have by default is to maximize your leads first with your budget, 84 cents a lead, for guys who just left your website. That's hot. Into an autoresponder that either can be yours or ours. And if you want it, it can run from your website or it can run from one of our backlinking websites. So it seems to have no direct connection to you. We can thank people for their visit to this website. And then we can recommend they go to this page to check out the options. And on that page, guess what? It's got links leading right to you. Get it? So you can be totally separate from the whole concept of reaching out directly to people if you want. Okay? Huge benefit by itself. Anyway, there's some basic questions that we have now. And by telling us the basic answers to the basic questions, we can figure it out. Pretty soon, fan, affiliate, referral websites will be tier 1 content. Backlinks only will be tier 2. It's just a question of how soon we can get it done based on budget. Okay? Because that's a big deal. So, what will I say right now? What are the 3 things you do with YouTube videos? Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Hit the notification. Oh yeah, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're notified of the next videos we're coming out with, because I'm doing a playlist. It's going to have all the answers to these questions I've been getting from guys over the next few days. Because, yeah, we're going to set this up. This is going to be for doctors, lawyers, and assorted Indian chiefs. It's going to be offers that can be given to any MLM program owner or any major program affiliate, or somebody who wants to become a super affiliate, somebody who wants to create a website for their own downline. Anything you want to do, we can now do it really with tier 1 content all throughout. Not just the main site, but all the referring websites, which is an army of not just backlinks and an army of not just super affiliate websites that are tier 2, but an army of websites that are standalone, dead powerful, just as good as your main one websites that are there to make you look massive and to be just as good. So you're backlinking yourself anyway, but you just have so many doors that are equally valuable for converting traffic. And we're going to capture the greatest percentage of them and add them into your newsletter list so you can keep tagging them. You may have heard the phrase, 1,000 people on your list is worth 100 grand a year. 2,000 people on your list is worth 200 grand a year. We can build that up. It can cost you about $1,250 in lead costs to have 1,000 people on your list that you're just nicely dripping on. Some will drop off, but we're adding. And in the meantime, we're building up your entire presence. Okay, this is the coolest thing in the world. For 2021, you should get into it now so you're ready to roll, because in the next 72 hours, you could be 3 times as profitable. That means your Black Friday deals can be used to grab leads as well as sales really fast. And it means your Cyber Monday deals can do that. Your Christmas deals can do that. Your Thanksgiving deals can do that. If you have Thanksgiving stuff for sale right now on a website that's getting traffic, we can reach out and bring them back around, right? To pre-order now, free shipping now, get the deal now. That can go out to everyone who left your website. Okay? Keep them on, keep them going. All right, so that's everything for now. Make sure to thumb up, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, because I'm going to be putting out a playlist, like I say, that covers individual topics. So if you get notifications on your phone from YouTube like I do, then you'll be able to just swipe past the ones that don't feel like they apply. Click the ones that do feel like they apply. I'm going to cover everything. It's going to be for MLM affiliate programs as well as all the service industries. So anything you see that's of value to you, believe me, it's not a joke anymore. Okay, see you soon.